right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the New England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Ready? 15 line. 15 line.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Start.
On first down, Costello. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there? Swarming to it and not allowing that to happen. Did not let him get downfield.
Back to throw. Costello. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And he'll give it here to his running back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mayfield. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Now a handoff looking right. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. 31 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Let's go. Let's go.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Ready?
It's a pickup of 5. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready? 18, Gator. 54. Watch the screen.
rush carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. To throw on third down, Costello. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Taken in at the 22. So possession goes over here on the punt. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Now they try the right side here. And he's got room. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there. With his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down, McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
30 base.
From the gun on third down, Costello firing quickly here, and that's complete. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down. On first and 10, Costello under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got it with a second down coming up. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Looking to throw. Costello. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Tucker. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 44-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And an alley to run. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. From the gun, Costello. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. They'll take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly. Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Point it right.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action. 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, coach. Break it down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So with 4th down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Down and logo.
Throwing on 1st down. Costello. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Back to throw. Costello. Throw left side complete. That's Lamb. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
The previous play is under review.
Good one, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Ready.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I got him. Kill.
Operating from the gun. Costello. Here, it's complete. Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might act.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that...
Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn it loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
To me, the defense was a little gas near the end of the first half, but they come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Patriots take over. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half, other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now a handoff looking right. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up! Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Costello rolling to his right and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
A gain of 3, second down. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Costello, and almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back to throw. Costello. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And all the way down to the 26. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 59 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, don't fumble the football.
What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Up. Hey, Charlie.
Check. 59. 59.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down. Mayfield now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Go.
Hey, high 7.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Mayfield now to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Ready?
Mike's my board. Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
Let's go.
On first down, Costello. Over the middle, complete. It's Tucker. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Costello throwing the out route incomplete. That's Tucker. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Looking to throw. Costello. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Mike's by 4. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Operating from the gun, Costello. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they're really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a handoff here to his running back. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hurry!
Third and long for Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route.
Let's go. Get set.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. That catch good for 5. It's third down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
They're not ready for this, man.
Let's go.
From the gun, Costello. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And now here comes Kansas City. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. 23 yards, the final tally. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz. made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
180! So don't say nothing.
Watch tight end. Hey, hey, hey.
What's that?
Got three down,
50's the mic. 50's the mic. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Delayed game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still second down.
Check! 180!
Check, 59.
Yeah.
What?
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Brings up third down.
180!
And the